Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Um, Feeling good, feeling good. Just want to talk about a bunch of the NBA games that got announced. I talked a little bit yesterday about the Christmas games. Well, not actually a little bit. It was a lot. Just like a 20-minute video. It's pretty long. Hopefully, this video isn't as long as that one. But I mean, hey, I'm a yap a lot artist, so we'll see what goes. We'll see how that happens. We'll see how everything goes, honestly. But yeah, getting into it, let's start off with the opening night games that have been announced. Okay, so opening night 2025 of the NBA will be October the 21st. That's a Tuesday, and we've got a double header slated for that night. I guess yeah, both these games will be on NBC and Peacock. So if you got Peacock, which I do have access to, but I'll most likely probably just watch it on NBC. First game of the night is the Rockets versus OKC. So everybody's online has been kind of joking and saying that the NBA is cruel for this, having KD go back to OKC on ring night, forgetting the fact that he has two rings. But I get it, the correlation between him and OKC and not being able to get them a ring. So yeah, but hey, yet again, kudos to OKC on winning their championship. Yeah, there's still some salt and some hate from me, but hey, it's neither here nor there. I do really like Shea. Like Shea is cold shit. Like I love him. So there's no, yeah, there's a lot of the foul baiting stuff and a lot of other bullshit with OKC that like I don't necessarily like, but hey, shout out to them. They're getting a lot more national games this year after winning the championship, and I know their fans are going to be happy about that because one thing is I definitely did see them complaining a lot about that, and I understand it. It's like he is the MVP, one of the best players in the league. Their team was the best team in the league the whole year, had the best record, and they had like five or six national games, and a lot of I mean, I'm exaggerating. There was definitely probably more at 82 than just five, but they didn't have a big amount, and I know their fans didn't like that. And even a bunch of their games that were technically national, a couple of them were on like NBA TV, which I feel like we could all count on one hand how many people have NBA TV. I do because I have cable, but I don't know how many. I feel like there's a lot of games that people just miss on NBA TV because of that. But that'll be a good game, though. I mean, that'll be a good game to see KD and the Rockets, see what they got, and see the intensity that like OKC will bring after winning their championship and what they'll do coming out of the gate after ring night and lift and raising the banner. So that'll be a really interesting game to see, and it'll be cool just to get back into the swing of like the season. But then after that game, we've got the Warriors at the Lakers at LA playing the Lakers at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so about 9 p.m. Central time, and I guess 7 p.m. Out there Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be 7. Yeah, that'll be cool to see too. Luca and the Lakers, skinny Luca, and LeBron and them boys going up against Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, and them guys. That'll be cool. See what'll happen in that. See what happened in that matchup after the summer. I mean, that's the thing. Like I keep trying to tell people about the West. It's so crazy that you want to get out to a good start in the season and make sure that you give yourself a good chance, like to where if injuries and things happen, you don't slide too much throughout the season. Like if you get to a really good start, like I think the Warriors did that like a couple years ago, where they had like a really good start to the season, and then I mean it all ended up with them still only getting to like the play in, but they were able to stay like afloat for such a long time because they started the season like with like a crazy record. So it's always good to start out like that. But yeah, those are the opening night games, and I guess we'll now go into the opening week games, the games that have been announced for that week. So, like we said, opening night is Tuesday, October the 21st. So for the rest of the week, we'll have games on Wednesday, October the 22nd, and games on October the 23rd, Thursday. So for those Wednesday games, we have the first one on ESPN is Cleveland versus the New York Knicks. So yeah, that matchup between Cleveland and the Knicks is going to be a matchup that I feel like they try to exploit a little bit going forth because I guess that's going to be one of the key matchups in the East this year due to other teams like dealing with injuries and like losing other stars and stuff. So we're gonna hear them talk about Cleveland and the Knicks a lot. So that'll be cool. But so I mean that'll be a good matchup to see. I don't have any predictions yet on who's gonna win any of these games. By the way, I mean other than like I always think the Mavericks are gonna win. And speaking of them, going into the second game of that Wednesday night, will be the opening game for the Mavericks and home opener too, because it'll be here in Dallas. And that's against Wemby and the Spurs, the new look Spurs. So that young team that's brimming with so much talent and everything will open up yet another season against them. I think we've played them to open the season like the last two seasons. So I feel like every single year of Wemby's like career, he's opened up against us. So that's pretty funny. And we've beat his ass every time. We won both of those games. So let's go for the three-peat and get Cooper Flag his first ever NBA win and it'll be against the Spurs, so that'll be cool against the number 2 pick and Dylan Harper. Like that'll be a good game. Really looking forward to that. And then on Thursday we got OKC again. Hey man, like I said, OKC's getting a lot of national love this year. So 2 days later we got them again on ESPN against the Pacers, which I mean that's going to be without Hallie. That's going to be without. That's going to be without Miles Turner. So I mean we'll see. There's still some talent on that team, but they're gonna build this up as like a finals matchup, but it's not gonna be like the same at all. It's not gonna look the same. So yeah. And then after that, we've got Denver versus Golden State. That'll be a good game too. I think that should be our first look at Denver, their team, their new look team, and everything. So that'll be a good look. That'll be our second look at Golden State. Because like I said, they're playing on opening night against the Lakers. So that'll be another good night of games. Honestly, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Hey man, us hoopaholics like hoop fans, we're gonna be in heaven watching these games. I'm not gonna lie, there's pretty good games. Okay, and then last but not least, of course, just like Christmas, like I said, the other day of games that everybody kind of looks forward to having a game on in the NBA is on MLK Day. So that's going to be January 19th, 2026. And those games that we're going to be having, we're going to have 4 games going on that day. So that'll be a good day of games. And like I said, look at the Mavericks yet again. Got us another game. We got a game on Christmas and a game on MLK Day. Told you, bro. Told you. It's still fun over here. It's still fun over here. We still cooking over here in Dallas. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, baby boy. Don't let anybody lie to you. We still looking good over here. But first game we got is gonna be Milwaukee versus Atlanta. So Milwaukee's going up to Atlanta to play the Hawks. Should be a cool game to see. I know Atlanta's happy about that, getting an MLK game. They deserve one. Honestly, I think they're kind of one of those teams that, like the Cowboys with Thanksgiving, they're probably going to be synonymous with MLK Day just going forth. Then, hey, look at OKC yet again. Another national game, and they're going to be playing against Cleveland. That should be a good game to watch and everything, because at that point we'll be well into the season, so we'll be gearing up. Probably it will be a few weeks away from a All-Star break, so people will be ramping up, and it'll be great competition, and everybody likes to show out on MLK Day, so that'd be good. And then, of course, we got at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so 4 p.m. Central time, and 2 p.m. out west. We got the Mavericks versus the New York Knickerbockers. We'll be playing them up in New York. That'll be a good game to see. We'll get to see Jalen Brunson and them boys, see what they got for us. By that point in time, I always think we're going to come out with a dub, so just going to say we're going to get a dub already, but that'll be a good game, fun to see. And then last but not least, But nah, actually, this might be the least game. I'm sorry to say, actually, this might be the least. Out of all the other ones, this will probably be the one I'm least excited to see. But Boston at Detroit versus the Pit. Nothing against Detroit or Boston fans, just with how Boston's going to look this year. Detroit's gonna still look good. Hey, shout out my boy, shout out that boy Cade. He's still a dog, man. Shout out the Dallas native Cade Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? He's still a dog. So that'll be an interesting game. It'll be definitely a hoopaholics like love game and a game for their fans as well. So that'll be fun to see. Like good slate of games, good slate of games on MLK Day and opening night and opening week. Like so excited for the new season to come. Honestly, they said that the whole schedule is gonna drop. I think on Thursday too, so August the 14th. So in 2 days from now, probably do a video about that as well. Just about a couple of games. Probably not everybody's like schedule, of course, because that's too many teams. But I'll definitely look at the Mavericks and go through there and look at different parts and be like, okay, cool. This will probably be a crazy little stretch of like games and and try to judge it based on like when we kind of think that like Kyrie should be back and stuff, and like what that could mean, and like try to maybe look at like, hey, if we can just do this, win this many games through this time, I'll do a little deep dive into the Maverick schedule a little bit once that finally comes out. But yeah, no, looking forward to the NBA season. Yeah, since I got my Rangers shirt on. Yeah, I went to the Rangers game yesterday. It was such a good game. Like, well, it didn't start off good. We started off getting our asses kicked. It was like 5-0 Arizona. But hey, the boys woke up. Like if Valdi gave up too many like home runs, like that was odd to see because I know he's supposed to be like our best pitcher, and it was just nasty to see. It was nasty work. But the boys came back, started, ramped up the defense. The bats woke up, and my boy Corey Seager batted. He batted in like a run every time he was up at bat, except for like the last one. But he still got on base in the last inning. Yeah, we went to extra innings. We went to 10 innings. So that's how they came back, tied the game at 6-6, and went to extra innings. Played great defense. I didn't know about the whole a guy starts off on second base in extra innings kind of thing. Like I told you, I watch baseball. I know a lot of the sports. I know a lot of the rules with all these different sports, but like there's still definitely like rules that I learn every single day. Like I love football and I love basketball, and there's random obscure rules in the rule book that we of course do not know until things happen in games. So that's of course like what happened. Well, that's what happened for me with baseball in this. I know people are gonna probably like, oh, you can't believe you didn't know that, but hey, it is what it is. But we were able to, yeah, they played defense, stopped them from scoring, and I was like in the 10th inning, and then the boys came up in the bottom of the 10th. Corey and them got on base, and then Jake Berger stepped up, RBI hit to bat the boys in, walk off, 7-6 win. Amazing game to see. I'd never watched a walk off in person before, so that was amazing. That was amazing to see. It wasn't a walk off homer. That would have been cool to see. I would still love to go to a game where that happens, but hey, still a walk off like run. I'll take it. It's a dub. We are still 2.5 games out of the wild card, but hey, we need to keep winning, man. It was a five. We were on a 4 game losing streak. We ended that and didn't make it a 5 game losing streak, so I'm happy about that. And hey, bro, the boys just got to get hot right now. That's all they got to do. Bats got to wake up. Our pitching got to get crisp and got to stay crisp. The bats got, like I said, they got to be consistent. Man, we'll be following this a little bit, like I said, because I love this time of year to watch baseball. I know everybody watches through the year, but I love it at the end towards this where the games really, really matter and everybody's really trying to make sure they win. So that'll be cool to see. Not too much else, not too much other news. The Dallas Wings are playing the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark is still out, but my girl Paige still gonna be out there doing her thing. I'm hoping we can get our ninth win of the season, man. These girls, like I love them girls, and they've been trying. It's been difficult. And I was like, they really trying. It's like it seems like they're trying to get that number 1 pick. I know Juju's staying, so it's kind of crazy. But hey, Azzy apparently she might go number 1, so who knows? We might see what's up with that. But that'll be a fun game to kind of check into and watch and see. And I know there's still some preseason football games going on. If you care to indulge and you love that, go ahead. Looking forward to football season and fantasy football. Got some drafts coming up in a couple weeks. Super excited. Super excited. You guys have a great Tuesday. Love you. Peace.